country music legends, the stage that launched 1,000 careers, rich history, and of course, cowboy boots. Nashville is home to the Grand Ole Opry, the iconic venue that's celebrating 100 years of music this year. But here's something you might not know. Nashville isn't just the music city. It's also become one of America's most exciting food destinations. Today, we're diving fork first into Nashville's vibrant culinary landscape with food writer Jackie Gutierrez-Jones. Jackie is a Nashville-based journalist and food fanatic who knows this city's culinary scene inside and out. She shares the must-eat dishes that define Nashville and takes us beyond the classics to understand the city's evolving food culture. Jackie highlights the innovative chefs who are pushing boundaries and reveals the emerging food trends that are shaping Nashville's reputation as a culinary destination. So whether you're planning your first trip to Nashville or you're a regular visitor looking for your next great meal, we've got the inside scoop on where to eat, what to order, and how to experience the best of Nashville's food scene. So grab your fork and pack your appetite. Let's talk about what makes Nashville such a delicious foodie destination. We're at the Nashville Farmers Market. There's all these stalls, there's seasonal vegetables, there's food. What is special about this particular market? What can you tell us about it?
The Nashville Farmers Market has been here for a while. This is not a new thing, and it's a permanent kind of farmers market.
Every day. Open every day.
Yes, whereas throughout the city, there's seasonal farmers market. They'll pop up, in the spring, fall, but this is here all the time. And it's both outdoor, indoor venue, and inside you'll find some really great eats too. Some of the best hot chicken in the city, kind of low key, people don't talk about it. Maybe I'm giving away a local secret, is right inside those doors. Also some great Jamaican eats in there and Nicaraguan eats. So don't miss eating inside of the farmer's market.
Do you have a favorite spot inside?
I do, but I'm not gonna tell.
Sneaky. Okay, I'm just gonna follow you in and see where you gravitate to. Okay, cool. And you came here from Miami.
I born and raised in Miami. I was a food writer down there, and cost of living got a little bit expensive. So the solar eclipse came through in 2017. Nashville had full totality. My family and I decided to catch it here. And while I was here, it really felt like there was a buzz and an energy about the city. I could just tell that it was about to blow up. It was on the rise. There's just something about it. And I knew that I had to be part of that wave.
Was there one dish or one restaurant or one thing that made you just think Nashville has it going on with the food?
I was really taken aback by a meal I had at Husk. At the time, there was a big chef heading it, and I just made a reservation based off of some of the things I'd read online about it. And we went, and in my mind, Nashville was biscuits and traditional Southern fare that you'd expect. But here was this restaurant, Husk, that was taking, the traditional Southern food and ingredients that we would associate with the area, and doing such interesting, fascinating, elevating things with it, and just completely flipping it on its head in such an interesting and nuanced way. I just remember sitting there thinking, like, this is Southern food. Wow, but yet it had me completely redefining what the South meant.
And is Husk still around?
It is still around. It's gone through a couple of chef changes, but it's still doing the same thing. Excellent Southern elevated fare, local ingredients from regions around Nashville, done in an exceptional way.
How do you define Nashville's culinary ethos?
Right now, it's about growth. There is a moment where some are resisting that growth and change, but others are embracing it. And it's in that struggle that beautiful things come. And so you see fusions of Southern and other cultural foods. We have a Thai barbecue place here doing some great things. And you have Mexican food also pulling in Southern influences, using masa in their grits. So through that assimilation of different cultures, we're getting some really beautiful things.
So what's a place that first-time visitors absolutely cannot miss? You tell everybody, this is your spot.
I think if you're first time in Nashville, while there's a million wonderful places to eat, you got to take it to its roots. You got to do Arnold's. You have to do the meat and three.
Okay.
So Arnold's there's several great meat and threes. You got Sweats and Wendell Smith's. Arnold is more centrally located, I think, to a lot more visitors, so it's easier to access. They've got it down pat. And the meat and three I know it's contested, but it did originate in Nashville. Some people will argue that, but from what I've read and seen, the concept originated here in Nashville. So it's a very traditional thing. You get your meat, you got your 3 sides. It's very kind of like a cafeteria style line. You take your tray, you go down, and they just do it really, really well. And don't expect any kind of like healthy type of eating.
Sure.
It is true Southern food, but they're the ones that I think are doing the best.
And do you have a favorite 3? Like, what are your 3 go-to sides if you're doing just like your day-to-day meat and brie?
I'm such a mac and cheese girl.
Me too.
You know, I do love a mac and cheese. And the one at Arnold's isn't gritty or grainy, it's creamy.
Yeah.
So definitely that's one of my favorite. I do like greens, so get me some collard greens in there. That's, you know, my attempt at trying to feel good about what I'm doing. Like, I love my collard greens.
Okay, sure.
So love the collard greens in there. Not an official 3, but I am a sweets girl, so I will always throw in some banana pudding.
Yes.
Gotta do the banana
Yes. You're my kind of girl. I understand you. Okay, so we talked about your 3, but do you have 3 must-eat dishes in Nashville?
Gotta do the hot chicken while you're here.
Sure. It's a must-do.
It is a must-do. You gotta check it off the list. You gotta do it.
And do you have a favorite spot?
I do have a favorite spot. Red's 615 has a hot chicken crunch wrap that will change your life.
Hot chicken crunch wrap.
It is absolutely life-changing. The hot chicken there is amazing.
Okay.
Red's is my go-to. Do the hot chicken while you're here. That's one go-to dish. I think a second one is you got to do the meat and 3, like I mentioned, classic while you're here. I think another one that I would probably go for is, I hope they're still doing it, but there is a late night cheeseburger at a restaurant called Bad Idea. It's called the Pacifier Cheeseburger.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a baked pastry, enclosed bun with like the cheeseburger inside. And it's like
That
exactly
sounds so good.
It is so good. It's exactly what you want after a long night out at Broadway and you've been drinking. You want this like big, like greasy, cheesy, but elevatedly delicious burger at the end of the night.
Okay, so we talked about hot chicken. What is that about? Why is that a Nashville thing? What's in it? How is it different than the chicken we eat everywhere else in the country?
It's been around Nashville since the 1930s. And really, if you want a little bit of the history about it, it's actually interesting. There was a gentleman by the name of Thornton Prince, and this is around the 1930s. So I'm taking you back here a little bit. And Thornton Prince loved his fried chicken. As the story goes, as you know, it's delicious.
We all do.
We do.
Yes.
So loved his fried chicken. But Thornton Prince was also a ladies' man. And his girlfriend was not very pleased that he was a ladies' man. So she would, make him his fried chicken, but she was just like fed up one day with what he was doing and decided to exact her revenge through the dish. And her revenge was just to season the heck out of it with so much spice and fire that it was gonna like hurt him.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Understood.
So she loaded up with cayenne and all kinds of like peppers and served it to him one night. And instead of like being hard by it, he loved it.
Of course he did.
So that's how hot chicken came to be. He took that, this is amazing, took that idea. Now we have Prince's Chicken. That's his kind of namesake. That is like the OG of the hot chicken places here in Nashville. That's the history of it. Everybody kind of has their own unique blend of spices that kind of go with it, but cayenne is almost always part of it. And there's usually a degree of heat that goes along with it. So you'll get the mild to the like scorchingly, like I have to sign a death waiver kind of levels of heat.
Okay.
So it depends what you're going for.
I love that history of hot chicken. I had no idea that it was sort of revenge.
Also kind of like, who was this woman that did this? Like she...
Love her.
I know.
Icon.
She should...
Legend.
She is, but she's not. And she should be. Instead, the ladies' man got the credit,
What is a dish that you've tasted recently that was either a unique combination or presentation, something that just kind of wowed you?
There's a restaurant in downtown at Four Seasons called Mimo, and it is an Italian restaurant. But what you're aiming for is the dessert here. And a lot of people are quick to just say, I'm so full, like no dessert tonight. Do not do that at Mimo. They have something called the Amalfi lemon on the menu, and it looks exactly like a lemon. I mean, if you put it side by side with something that just fell off a tree, you wouldn't be able to pick it apart. Down to the little dimples in the skin and in the flesh. It is an exact replica of a lemon, except when you shatter it open, it's a white chocolate case, and inside it's got like this lemon curd. It is heavenly and dreamy and just absolutely stunning.
That sounds so good.
And it just blows your mind because it does look like an actual lemon, and it kind of like fools the mind and the palate a little bit, like this is going to be like really sour, a lemon, but it's this deliciously creamy, sweet white chocolate treat.
So save room when you go to Mimo.
Absolutely save room.
Okay. Because a lot of times you don't do that. in the South. You go crazy on the mains, and then you're like, I couldn't possibly go for the banana pudding or...
Don't miss the banana pudding anywhere or the Amalfi lemon.
Okay, so do you have a favorite banana pudding?
Hattie B's makes a killer banana pudding. Yeah. And if I don't want to do the whole, sitting down in a restaurant, granted, sometimes there's a line that you have to wait in at Hattie B's. I sometimes just like to take the banana pudding to go, and it is always consistently good.
So let's pretend we're spending a whole day. You've got me for the day. Take me through your ideal breakfast, lunch, dinner, necessary snacks, and or coffee stops.
So to kind of like narrow down the scope a little bit, because there is so much around to do Nashville, I would keep it to one neighborhood.
Okay.
While there are many great eating neighborhoods around Nashville, East Nashville has a really good variety of things to hit from. So we're gonna take it to East Nashville for this one. And first stop is we're doing breakfast sandwiches at Egg Drip. And it's a permanently parked food truck, and it's Korean egg breakfast sandwiches. Okay. But they use that thick, fluffy Japanese milk bread, and the egg is just soft and fluffy. It's not something that you're gonna look pretty eating. The drip is no misnomer. It is dripping all over you, but it is so satisfying and so delicious. So we're doing breakfast sandwiches there. Okay. But a thing to know is that there's not easy seating. So if we do want to go have a seat, I would take it to Cafe Rose, which is also in East Nash. Okay. Has very kind of like New York, Brooklyn-y vibes, but the food is really thoughtful and well done. They do a great brunch and breakfast there. They have a great like quinoa bowl, and some great like bone broth. So it's just kind of like a nice, like lighter way, calming way to start the day, because there's gonna be an onslaught of food. So the next stop then we're going to, worked up a little bit of an appetite, we're ready for lunch. I would go to Kisser. So Kisser is owned by a couple, and it's Japanese food as well. They have lovely, lovely egg salad sandwiches, chicken katsu sandwiches, also on that Japanese milk bread, some beautiful like sushi pieces, but they don't take reservations, and the line is usually astronomically long.
Okay.
So maybe we don't want to wait. In that case, we're going to take it to Curry Boys, which I had alluded to earlier. That is the Thai barbecue mashup.
Okay.
They have a curry queso that will blow your mind. Yes, it is.
That sounds so good.
It is. It is this golden, thick liquid of cheese with the turmeric and curry spices in it. It is a great way to start off your lunch. And then they do a killer brisket as well with like Thai spices incorporated into it. So you've got like the delicious smokiness of the Thai spices and of the barbecue. They come from Texas, so they know their cue. Great, great lunch. So that's what we're doing there. So then as the day goes on, maybe we want a cocktail right before dinner. For that, we're going to Martha My Dear, which is a neighborhood hang, but they make a really, really great drink. Also, I got to give a shout out to the Fox, which is kind of like one of my favorite craft cocktail spots in East Nashville. They know their ingredients inside and out. The menu is always changing, but they're very innovative in what they do. And the atmosphere just feels like this kind of dark, cozy den, like it's prepping you for the rest of the night. So now we're doing dinner.
Okay.
Dinner is one of my favorite spots in East Nashville, and that's Kase. They're owned by Noko, which is a Japanese wood-fired restaurant. Noko is also great. You can do that as well. But Kase is their very limited seats, only 13 seats of omakase. And the chefs behind it are so personable and so friendly. It's not your stuffy omakase experience. They're very open to talking to you. They're joking. There's funky 90s, 2000, like hip hop and R&B playing. So it's not, very prim and proper. I don't know like how to eat this. Kind of be yourself and enjoy the food. The quality of the fish is outstanding. The preparations are bar none. So that's dinner.
Reservations, do they take them?
Yes, and it is a hard to get reservation. So if you can't get in, I would try Nobo.
Okay.
End of the night, if we're still feeling peckish, midnight, things happen. Maybe we went to Broadway, got a little crazy. We're going to Dino's. Dino's is a classic OG Nashville dive bar. And we're getting the cheeseburger at Dino's, but we're keeping it simple with drinks. Dino's is not messing around with like fancy cocktails or anything. We're sticking with like a PBR. We're sticking with like a Coors Light. That's what's happening there. But the cheeseburger is the deal. And it's kind of like this small, dimly lit, divey spot. Anthony Bourdain used to go there when he visited Nashville. So it has very like that kind of Bourdain hangout like vibe to it. Also, the thing they love is during the summer, they put a lemonade stand out back that serves boozy lemonade. But it's an actual like lemon that opens up with Dolly Parton on the top. And it's Dolly's lemonade stand.
You talked a little bit about cocktails. Do you have a favorite spot that you recommend to people that has maybe a great view or unique history and great cocktails?
Nashville has not a lot, but it has quite a few rooftop bars. And it's always great to go up there and get a good view. There's Denim at the Joseph, does some really elevated, nice cocktails, a little bit off the Broadway Strip if you don't want to get into the insanity down there. But it's still central to downtown, so it's accessible to a lot of people where they're staying, and you have the downtown views. Another great one is the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons has a rooftop, not a rooftop, but a fifth floor pool called Riviera. And it also kind of like overlooks the Cumberland River and parts of Nashville. Also does great cocktails. So some good spots to hit up for rooftop viewing.
And you can half expect that most of these places will at some point have live music because Nashville is just wild about its music and there's musicians on every corner. So you can kind of expect that on a night out.
Absolutely. It is Music City. So there's usually some kind of live music happening somewhere.
Is there a chef in Nashville that you feel like isn't getting recognized yet, but they're on the verge? Somebody up and coming?
There are several chefs that fit this category, but there is a Mexican restaurant in East Nashville called Alebrije, and Chef Edgar is heading that up. It is the best Mexican in town, and I'd say in the region, quite possibly. It is exceptional. He knows his masa, he knows his ingredients. I'm excited to see him blow up and see what he's going to do. I think that he's one of those rising up and coming chefs. Anytime now he's going to get discovered and just like leave us behind, but I hope he doesn't.
No, stay.
No, Edgar, stay.
Stay in wonderful, delicious, tasty Nashville.
Yes.
So we are here to celebrate 100 years of the Opry and 100 episodes of this podcast. So is there a restaurant or a menu that really takes into account this whole sort of Music City thing, this music history? Is there any kind of food and music intermingling that people can look forward to?
I think in terms like food and music in Nashville, there's always like pop-ups or events that kind of bridge the two and bring them together. It's kind of a natural fit here.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of times, I've seen pop-ups pair like record nights with like certain dishes and how the music influences the food. There are moments and events all throughout the city always happening that try to bring the two together. And the beautiful thing about Nashville is that even though it is born in country in the South, it is also evolving, as we said, more than that. And it isn't just country music city, it is music city. So you will find rock and jazz and blues and hip hop all throughout the city. It's not just country. The same way it's not just Southern food. You're gonna find Thai and Kurdish and Honduran, Guatemalan, all these kind of different things. So the music and the food are evolving together and it's a beautiful place to be.
It is. It really is growing and evolving and you can see it. If you've been here in the past 5, 10, 15 years, it's a different place.
Absolutely.
It's a different and delicious place. One last question. Do you have a tip for somebody who's never been here? What would you tell them their priorities should be when they visit for the first time?
Get off the beaten path. Sure, you've got to do Broadway and most people want to see, the very downtown Nashville thing. Spend a day doing that. Give it its due. Then go to explore the neighborhoods outside. Explore East Nashville. There's so much more than just downtown. Explore Germantown. Go to South Nashville. That's where most of the cultural eats are. You'll find Egyptian and Turkish, Honduran, all kinds of foods in South Nashville. So don't be afraid to venture out. Really, the Uber is not that much. It's not as far as it seems. The neighborhoods are pretty close. So get out there and go beyond the downtown borders.
Try everything.
Try everything.
Be adventurous.
Yes.
It's not just biscuits and gravy.
No, it is more than biscuits and gravy, but they're good too.
There's that too.
They're good too.
Jackie Gutierrez-Jones, thank you for joining us, and thank you, our listeners, for being with us. If you're planning a trip, be sure to connect with a AAA travel advisor. Check out AAA.com/travel or visit your local branch. This podcast is a production of Auto Club Enterprises. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and leave us a review. I'm Angie Orth. Thank you for traveling with AAA.